Alabama offensive lineman Tyler Booker joins us each week, courtesy of Roback. Get all your great game day gear, golf gear, amazing pullovers, and pants at Roback.com. Use code TNR20 for 20% off your initial order at Roback.com. Book, what is up, my man? How are you?
I'm great. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing fantastic. Thanks a lot. That was a passionate Alabama performance there. I think the passion spilled through. There was a lot that went on in the week. There were some words from some Auburn players about some of your teammates and their lack of ability or lack of speed. There's just the factor that you were playing Auburn, staying alive in the playoff race. I mean, what went into all the passion you saw on the field Saturday?
Well, it's the Iron Bowl, guys. Like the hatred between the two teams is real, and it was evident this week. Starting on Tuesday, and they started it off. So I'm glad we were just able to finish the job with our pads on Saturday.
So everybody's been talking about the locker room afterwards. Your speech, how emotional everything was. I know you can't get into it in depth, but could you give us the cliff notes of what it was like behind the scenes after the win on Saturday?
Just a lot of appreciation and reflection on how far we've come as a team. Like, yeah, we've had a lot of ups and downs through the season, but to see how much we've all grown as men and how that adversity is going to set us up for the future in our lives, just not just football, but just in our lives, like being able to go through there and go through that adversity and respond and be able to come out and have a dominant performance like we did Saturday. That's something that we can learn from and take with us for the rest of our lives.
Obviously, you're in the football building there. So for those of us on the outside, tell us what's going on now. There's no SEC championship game, and you don't know what the next game is. There's still a chance of the playoff. So what's the team plan this week? How are you guys approaching this week?
I'm just staying ready and being prepared for whatever happens next.
So if somebody was to ask you, though, why do you guys deserve to be in this college football playoff?
I feel like the playoff is designed to have the 12 best teams in the country, and then if you turn on the film and think that Alabama is not one of the 12 best teams in the country, I don't know what you would define as the 12 best teams in the country, because the schedule that we play, the talent that we have on our team, I definitely think we're one of the 12 best teams in the country, and our record might not be the prettiest, but when Alabama comes to play, we are definitely one of the 12 best teams in the country.
I mean, there's no doubt it was a disappointing trip to Norman a couple of weeks ago. Can you walk us through how your team reacted in practice? I mean, Saturday's game showed that there was a positive reaction, but what was it like just kind of resetting after what happened in Norman versus what happened Saturday?
We all just said, so what now? What, like, that happened? Like, what can we do about it now? Nothing. What we can do is focus and prepare to make sure that we don't have that same result again. That was the message.
Can you I don't know how to ask this question, but like old school people call it bulletin board material. You referenced it earlier, DeMarcus Riddick's comments about Jalen Milroe and Ryan Williams. When it makes it to the locker room, can you tell us how that makes it to the locker room and what a reaction is like when something like that happens?
Honestly, we all just laughed at it because we knew that he was going to have to see us eventually, and he did. And yeah, I think Ryan showed how special he was, and Jalen showed how fast he was. So I think he's going to have to go through a little bit of media training this offseason.
Look, you've played in this game before. Was this and looking, I know the Georgia game was big, the Tennessee game, all these games are big. But was the emotion level different for this game for you guys, just knowing what was possibly at stake?
I feel like the emotional level was different because it was the Iron Bowl. It was definitely the Iron Bowl. It's one of the most coveted rivalries in sports. So to be able to play in the Iron Bowl, especially with it being at Bryant-Denny, especially with it being some of our seniors' last game at Bryant-Denny Stadium, we did it for them. Yeah, so a lot played into it, and not so much the playoff and everything that surrounds that. We're just focused on teaching Deshaun Reddick who Alabama is. That's what we're focused on. So
I don't know how to grade film, but when I watched the game, this felt like this was the best 4 quarters from your unit, the offensive line. And I say that because Jalen's pass protection in the pocket, but also the running of Jam Miller and Justice Haynes, I thought this was the best performance with traditional run plays. How did you see it, and why did you have success?
I agree. And I believe we had success because we stayed ahead of the chains. What I mean by that is we didn't have a lot of tackles for loss. Whenever you have tackles for loss, it's hard to get those running backs in there and allow them to build a rhythm and get in a flow. And just like the running backs have to build a rhythm and get in a flow, so does the offensive line. We have to get a feel for how the defensive line is playing. So us staying ahead of the chains, us being disciplined, us not having stupid penalties, false starts, or tackles for a loss, that allowed us to get in our bag offensively and allow our running backs to run and allow Jalen to run and pass like he does.
And can I bring up one guy, because you were very, very kind to this guy, lifting him up after the South Florida game. I thought Wilkin Formby, again, I'm just a guy sitting on a couch. I don't know football. But I think he came in and played tremendous once he got into the football game Saturday. What did you see from Formby when he was in there?
I think Formby played a really great game, and I'm very proud of him because he didn't let what everyone on the outside say like derail his improvement. And I'm very proud of everybody on the offensive line. Like you said, like as a unit, this is probably one of our best games. So that's just a testament to how we prepare and what we expect to happen. Like you have to expect to be able to run the ball. You have to expect to do all the things that you want to happen. You have to see it and claim it.
Tyler Booker is with us, covercrimson.com. You can join for $1 for the first month at covercrimson.com and get a lot of that original content there as well on the Cover Crimson YouTube channel. I saw video, one of our people had video of you going up in the stands after the game, I think to participate in Rammer Jammer. You treated this like it was your final game at Bryant-Denny. I don't know that you've made any decision, but did you just want to soak it in case it is the last time?
I just wanted to go show the fans appreciation. You know, what people don't realize is like the fans do have an effect on the game when you're there. It's worked in our favor and against our favor. So just knowing how much of an impact they have in the game, I just wanted to go show them that how much we appreciate them. And I haven't made any decision yet, so I'm just focused on whatever game we have next and getting better this week.
You know, I know going into the weekend, Alabama fans, there were 4 or 5 games they were really focused on wanting those upsets, and one of those games included Miami and Syracuse. Did y'all have any conversations going into the weekend? I know it was all about Auburn, but, you know, after that game was over, how quickly were you checking scores on your phone?
Not quickly at all, man. It's a 24-hour rule, and I'm a firm believer in control what you can control. Me watching that Syracuse game wouldn't have changed the outcome of that game at all. So I just really wanted to enjoy that time with my teammates and my family. So I really wasn't paying too much attention to it.
You were very important when Kalen DeBoer took the job in the transition. You and a handful of other players like Jalen Milroe. Now that the regular season is over with, there's at least one more game left to play. Tell everyone how the football team feels about Kalen DeBoer and this coaching staff and the job they've done this year.
I feel like the love that everybody has for one another in this building is unmatched, and I don't think I've ever truly felt it before. And I feel like that's due to the circumstances that we were placed in. And Coach Saban being the greatest coach of all time, him retiring, everybody who's here now had to make that tough decision. Like, okay, do I want to have to come in an environment where I'm going to be compared to the greatest of all time within everything that I do, and just being able to have the self-confidence and the self-pride to come here and coach us, and us having the pride in this university to stay. Like the love that we have for one another is unmatched. So we love this coaching staff, and we're willing to go to war anytime, any place against anyone for them, and they feel the same way about us.
So the conventional wisdom is that Tuesday night, Alabama fans need to see if Miami drops below them. Do you know that scenario? Is that what will you even watch Tuesday night?
No, I probably won't. It's gonna be so tomorrow is my girlfriend's birthday. So yeah, I'll take her to dinner. So happy birthday, Kalani.
Have you picked up Kalani a present yet?
I have.
Okay. Do you know where you're taking her for dinner? Have you made reservations?
I have.
Okay, look at Buck on top of that.
I didn't even know you had a girlfriend. I thought you were available.
No, you don't disrespect Kalani that way.
I didn't know. It's the first time he's brought her up here.
Did you meet her at Alabama? Or did you know her before?
I met her at Alabama. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else got an awkward question?
No.
Okay.
Where is she? Is she from? Is she from the South, or is she from up in your parts of the world?
She's from Mobile. I got me a nice Southern girl.
See.
Smart guy. We knew you were smart, Book. Yep.
That means you're not going home. It means you're going to be down. You're going to be a Southern man.
Yeah, have you sampled the Thanksgiving feast from her side of the family though to see if they can cook? I'm sure they can.
No, they can cook for sure.
Okay.
They definitely can cook for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've tried our dressing then, our cornbread
Yes, I have.
dressing. Yes, that stuff.
I have. It's legit.
Yeah, it is.
It's legit.
Yeah, I texted Book last week. I was like, I knew you were pissed. We couldn't get you to talk about Thanksgiving food on the show. So we got to do it a week late now. Yep. All right, Book, thank you very much for the time. It has been a fun year talking to you as always. We'll catch up with you again soon, but have a great week, my man.
Yep.
All right, thanks. Y'all too. Appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
See you in
That is-
South Bend.
that is-
Fingers crossed.
That is Tyler Booker, the Alabama offensive lineman with us. CoverCrimson.com. Join for $1 for year number one, for month number one at CoverCrimson.com. $1 for month number one, and enjoy everything there at CoverCrimson.com.